Everyone can see it. I made this a long time ago. Do you guys remember when the tier list meta was super big? Yo, FICO was there actually, because Heron had a tier list in his chat. No, this tier list is how much I enjoy each class, and where I think they should be placed. When I first made this, I was like, okay, every class deserves a spot based on my own opinion. Do you want to start from the bottom up and why I put them where they are? It's actually important why they're everywhere. Where the fuck is Aaron here? Aaron's bottom tier. So like, okay, we'll start from the bottom up, okay? Yo, what's going on, Steven? Nice to see you, dude. Okay, so like, down here, Aaron is down here because the class is fucking broken. Please nerf this shit. Mihail, I'm too dumb to play, so I just put it down here. Thunderbreaker got kind of giga nerfed, so I felt bad, so I just threw it down here. Blaster, once again, too dumb to play. I can't play it. It's got to be an F tier. Wild Hunter, I love that class, but I wish they would buff it, so it's F tier. Kana and Adele are trash. Just delete from game, please. Zero, once again, don't know how to play. I can't. Demon Slayer should be below F tier. You know why? Because it's not Demon Avenger. Put it in fucking like minus F tier right here. And then Bowman, I've never played that class before. Has anybody played a Bowman? Has anybody here played a Bowman? I haven't. Alright, so now we move up to Deer tier, where we get some better classes, right? Paladin, I never played that shit. It looks like it has bad mobbing, so I just put it down here. Corsair, I didn't like it at all. I just did not like Corsair. I got it to like 120, 140, some shit like that. Felt really bad. Buck has Super Saiyan, and then the class is shit after that. And then Cannoneer, I don't know what it is with Cannoneer. I just do not like the class. They look really cool, and they have some cool mobility. I can't put this anywhere higher. Now we get into the B tier. For one thing, Mech is a fucking washing machine. How cool is that? I wish my class was a washing machine. More importantly, like, tank mode is viable now, which is something we didn't have before. Battle Mage, I like the class a lot. They really improved the TP on it. This is like a legitimate review of like, when we get past the meme tiers, we get into like, where I actually think stuff should be categorized a little bit more. Because Battle Mage is actually super good. Great utility. The meme is over. Dude, what do you mean? Battle Mage is B tier, I think. They're pretty good. They do some okay damage. They do some good support. They have really cool mobbing too with all their setup. Evan, good class. Pretty well balanced, I think. Party buffs, pretty good damage, good mobility. Mercedes, I mean, if you're good at the class, which I'm not, you can have a good time. Merc is one of those classes that is super fun to watch. I really love watching good Mercedes players. And like, I think this probably could be higher than B tier. You don't like Evan? I actually love Evan. Every time I see a strong Evan, I'm like, this class looks pretty broken. Nightwalker, another pretty good class. They do a lot of big damage during burst. Past that, I don't know. I don't know. I like the mobbing for the class too. I think it's cool. And then moving into Ice Lightning. So I thought about this for a while. Ice Lightning's mobbing propels them so much higher than everything else. Like, if you're an Ice Lightning player, you're probably pretty happy because your mobbings are really broken. And eventually you'll get better at eventually they'll buff the bossing, which is all that matters. A tier, Wind Archer looks cool as shit. That's it. I think everything else about Wind Archer is mediocre, but they look fucking cool. Dawn Warrior does everything mediocre, but they do pretty good burst, which is good enough. Reflection, Peeper arrive, hell yeah. Hayato, I think if I made this tier list today, Hayato would probably be S tier, SS tier. I made this a little while ago. The memes did end, bro, what do you mean? I think Hayato's probably like pretty dumb right now. Pathfinder, good class. They keep getting changed though in like minute ways, which makes them play a little bit differently. Bishop, after shell change, not my favorite ever. It was before. Wait a minute, how the fuck should I be recording this? Am I recording my screen? Yeah, I am. Okay, I think it's fine. Yeah, that's about all I have to say. Yeah, it's the same with Night Lord though, right? If your bats aren't or if your extra attack's not one-shotting, it's gonna be hard to play. But Bishop, I just like their support. They're a really simple class. They have good healing. They have good damage. It's just nice. It's a good class. I think Xenon should probably be like D tier. I'll get there, Chalk. Don't worry. I think Xenon should be D tier. The class is so fucking clunky right now. Please just fix it. Like, Just make it better. Everything about the class is enjoyable except how clunky it feels in like so many situations. Like charging needs to be fixed. You really need to like make charging a buff for the love of God. Like photon rays a buff that just disappears half the time and it's so frustrating. Angelic Buster, if they didn't get locked into Trinity, this class is like god tier. If they didn't get locked into yeah, if they didn't get locked into Trinity, we're talking god tier, but we're talking like D tier right now, kind of thing. Their mobbing is really good with Spotlight, really good with their extra attack. But just being locked into Trinity, you can die in a lot of ways. I mean, if you're a good AB, you'll be able to get around that, but I'm not a good AB. Kaiser, really solid class. I think with making their Blade Burst, is that what their Blade Fall? I can't remember what their main mobbing skill is called. Making it usable in the air was a big change and made it a lot more fluid. Shade, I mean, what can you say about Shade that's bad? They do okay damage. They do pretty good. Like Split is really broken. Like you can never not have Split. The fact that they have Close Call as their own link is actually a benefit, because usually it gives you at least 1 extra life per boss. Yeah, it's the one that everyone forgot. It's that little fox dude that fucking swipes that shit, right? The dude with the spirits that summons them and incarnates them and shit. Livers too, for some reason. I don't know. Thematically, it doesn't make any sense. But like, who cares? It's a good class. Dark Knight. Dark Knight. I mean, what can be said about Dark Knight besides Final Pact? If you're a Dark Knight player, you know Final Pact is kind of good. You know that ability is kind of good, and Nexon keeps nerfing it for a lot of reasons. I don't know. Their 5th jobs are really good. I love the new shield. I just like everything about Dark Knight. Their mobbing seems fluid once you get 5th job too. Hyper Body and Iron Body are completely useless buffs nowadays. They were good back in the day. Okay, Night Lord. This should be SS tier. After Throwing Blaster and all the buffs they got, this class is dumb. If it had an iframe, Night Lord might be the best class in the game, but thankfully it doesn't. So we're looking at a pretty high tier Night Lord right now. And then Dual Blade. This is another one of those characters where I'm like, yeah, this could be SS tier, but just because their mobbing is a little bit too weak, I put it S tier. The mobbing is pretty good once you get 5th job, but pre-5th job is kind of if you don't one-shot, it's pretty annoying too. You're a Dual Blade? You're in for some good times once you get 200, but pre-200, you're in for some bad times. Getting up to 100 too is really painful. If you play a DB and you're like bordering on 100, you'll be like, yeah, this game's gonna change. Spamming Bloody Storm is boring. All right, now we get into the SS tier. We'll start from the bottom. My SS tier has a lot of memes in it. I need you guys to understand that and love it, okay? Jet actually ended up being really good. Good mobbing, pretty good boss damage now too. They're really tanky. They actually ended up being a less meme class than I remember. But at the time, yeah, pre-100 DB is bad. Jet was a meme for a long time, and I'm happy it's getting some love finally. I think it's moving in the right direction. You're probably not far from it actually being a real class again. Phantom? I mean, what can I say? It's probably one of my favorite classes. A lot of versatility, a lot of cool things they can do. You know, they literally have different skill builds they can pick based on what they steal. And that includes how they mob, how they boss. I think it's good. I think the class is not SS tier, it's a little bit of a meme, but I could see it floating between A and S. I could see it floating between A and S if I'm being honest here. I think Phantom has the potential to be a god tier class. And I think that Nexon's a little bit worried about making it a god tier class again. Oh Young? This class is fucked. If you're a Ho Young player, you know you're a broken class. Ho Youngs can do things nobody else can. Just straight up nobody else. I just need everybody to understand that Ho Young is dumb. They're like Adele, basically. But this is a legitimate SS tier. I don't know. I think I love Ho Young's aesthetic. I love the way they feel to play. I love all the ways that they can... yeah, Ho Young's a great class. You can fly around. You have Dark Sight. You have access to cool abilities. You have an iframe. No. I think it's cool. Beast Tamer is a meme. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry if you're a BT main. I'm sure you can do some cool shit. I'm sure you can, I I don't know. I don't know what to make of BT. BT's close to being good, but that last change where they can't have the passes from every animal anymore was too big. We need wave. BT just needs to be reworked. There's no reason. Okay, this is my opinion, and you can run with it if you want. You can hate it if you want. Why am I choosing between the animals for each animal to suck equally? Just tell me. Ho Youngs do have balanced dark side, but it's dark side nonetheless. I'm just saying, if you're a BT and you're like, okay, I'm a cat 99% of the time because I'm a 210 mule. But if I'm a 250 BT, can I really liberate? What am I doing with myself? Like, why am I choosing to be a leopard? Why am I choosing leopard? Why am I choosing bear? Why am I choosing hawk when all of them equally suck in various ways? So that's my beef with it. I've actually got a lot of annoyance with BT. I liked playing it. I thought it was really fun to be a leopard. Is good mobility, good dashing. The extra bros attack is awesome. Whatever. I just think that they need to reconsider choosing animals. I think the class might be playable if they considered putting all the animals together and then reworking the way that bear works. Because bear is a good bosser. It does okay damage, but it just needs a little bit more. Yeah, they messed up leopard again, we know. They're never going to fix BT. It's bad. Okay, Lumi has some of the coolest everything. I love all their fifth jobs. The fifth jobs that they got were fantastic. I love the mobbing. The bossing is fun. But TP. Their TP is so bad. Okay, I said BT was a meme, Chalk. I said Beast Tamer was a meme. If Lumi's TP was good, this class is god tier. But Lumi's TP is bad, so it's not god tier. That's kind of where we fall now. It's fine in equilibrium. Yeah, just equilibrium. Yeah, I love the mobbing. I like having to balance the two sides of light and dark. I think it's really cool. I love Gate of Truth too. Fucking amazing ability. The memes did not stop, no. Because we got my boy Demon Avenger in SS tier. How can you not love Demon Avenger? They kill themselves, their skills do not work properly, and they do terrible damage. At what point do you think to yourself, Demon Avenger isn't the best class in the game? Lumis did have the best TP at one point, yeah, but they don't anymore. It got nerfed like 10 times. Imagine choosing to sap your own life to do 0 damage and then die to mobs because you keep spending your own life against mobs that do 90% of your health a hit. 90% of your health a hit. And you take away like 4% an attack and you only sap back 1% without shields up. I wholly stand by what I say. Demon Avenger needs to be reconsidered. That's the best part about Demon Avenger. They literally just kill themselves. That's all they do. That is what they're good at. Also, welcome back, Shane. They have Scuffed Hunting Decree. They literally do nothing well. You know, that's not true. You know what they bring to the party? The biggest 10% IED debuff you will ever see. Can you imagine? Imagine it in your mind. You're in a party. Everyone else has final damage utility, attack speed. They do so many cool things. And you as a Demon Avenger bring 10% IED shred onto the boss. That, you literally can't kill a boss without that. That's better than Kana. It's a pseudo meme list, Shane, yeah. I'm telling you, I wish Demon Avenger was better. There was a time when the CD skip meta was in, and Demon Avenger was actually god tier. And then they nerfed the shit out of it. They're loud, their voices are annoying, like they're really edgy for some reason. I don't know where the memes end. I don't know either, it's a cool. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, when CD meta was a thing with Demon Avenger, they were the best bossing class in the game. And now they're dog. Yeah, now we get into Arc. This is not a meme, because Arc is probably SS tier. Arc is like one of the better classes in the game right now. Great mobility, amazing burst, good damage. They look cool as shit too. It's just, I don't know. I think if you're a new player coming into the game, Arc is a really solid choice. I wouldn't say Arc is at least S. They should be SS tier. Everything they do is amazing. The only downside to them, yeah, Arc is the first real SS tier class we have in here, technically. Maybe Ho Young, but Ho Young still suffers a little bit. They're probably not true to blue top tier. But I think Arc right now, at the very least, like the only downside I think is that their main iframe is part of their burst. But even then, is that bad? I don't know. I don't think so. And then moving in, we have Hero. I put Hero in before when everybody and their mom was playing Hero. I still think they're SS tier. They have a spammable iframe. They have amazing damage. They're okay. Obviously, the mobbing is bad. But, and here's the big but, Hero does fine in Limina because Limina's got really tiny maps that are all condensed. So, and they have really good base damage as well. There is a chance that Hero mobbing is better now since mobs are tankier and you actually need to do more damage for it to be relevant. I don't know. Like my general opinion is that Hero is just too strong in bossing to really have any downside that is past their mobbing. Like the bossing is too good and the mobbing is just mediocre enough where I'm like, does it balance? But I think the bossing is still too strong. Like, and the amount of on-demand bursts they can do and like, you know, how many classes, I don't know. I just don't think Hero is balanced enough right now. I agree. Hero mobbing isn't that bad, especially when you get into the later, smaller maps. I put Blaze Wizard here because that class is a pile of shit. If you're a Blaze Wizard main, I'm so sorry. Like, I understand that you probably play at 3 ping and you're next to Nexon servers, but everybody else is not next to Nexon servers. And I wish they would buff Blaze Wizard because the class looks fun. I put Blaze Wizard in SS tier because if I could play it, I would, but I can't. I lag too much. And their hitboxes are 0. Have you guys seen any Blaze Wizard mobbing video? Half the time they aren't hitting the mobs because their abilities don't even hit the mob. Yeah, I'm putting it in SS tier because it looks cool. Yeah, I like the class. I think it looks cool. I think they do a lot of really cool things too. Some of their skills are interesting, but boy, the class doesn't work. Blazers is another one of those cases where it's like, if Nexon fixed it, it might work. But they didn't, so it doesn't work. And it looks cool while it doesn't work, so we gotta trade it off. And then at the end of it all, we have Fire Poison Mage. I just think after 5th job, they're such a good class. Their 5th job skills are really good. They do a lot of lines. They spread poisons, they spread fires, like... I don't know. I look at Fire Poison, I'm like, this is one of the more balanced classes that does everything above average. And if you're a new player coming in, Fire Poison's a good spot to start, and I actually recommend it a lot. One of my first characters was a Fire Poison, I just had the best time with it. Oh, so Ilium? What the fuck does Ilium do? I don't even think I talked about that class, actually. Ilium's so mediocre, I forgot to even mention it. What does Ilium do that is better than everybody else? They fly? Do they have an iframe? They're really squishy. Is a top 10... Shane, there's 10 mages in the game, bro! Paladin D class? I've never played a Paladin. They look kind of bad, though. Hayato? Where is Hayato? He should be SS tier. I don't remember where I put him, though. Oh, no, I don't think he was in this tier list, actually. Do they? I don't think they do that much damage. Is mid A tier? Oh yeah, Hayato's right here. But this was before I think a lot of their reworks, right? They got a lot of line reworks recently. So Hayato fell here because this was pre-line rework. So once they got their line rework, they're probably closer to S tier. Okay, so if we're saying Ilium does a lot of damage, I'm still putting it down here. I don't know anybody that plays this fucking class. Maybe hackers do? I don't know. Where would I put Kayn? Probably A tier. When I look at Kayn now, they do a lot of big burst, and then I don't know what they do after burst. I mean, it looks cool too. The fact you have to be in melee range though is bad, just generally. To do optimal damage, you have to be sitting on the boss, which is something that DA suffers from too. Oh, Aaron's down here? Because fuck Aaron. Please fix this class. It's too strong. This McDonald's content? What do you mean, dude? Because of its Lucent brands. I don't know. I don't know. If this was a less... Maybe I'll make a less meme tier list, but... I honestly... like, when I look at this game, I look at, like, Adele and Kana, and I'm like, why are these classes 100 times better than every other thing on this list? And then Aaron is moving pretty close to that, too. Aaron is really strong. The only downside that they have is one of their main iframes is also part of their burst. So I don't know. This is just my general, like, I gave my opinion on everything, even though, like, it's not placed properly. I did give my opinion on everything. So at the very least, if you've listened this far, you know that, like, my opinion is what my opinion is for every class. Dog mobbing. Have you seen the RT3 video, Chalk? The guy's literally just jumping through the middle of the fucking map, clearing everything. What do you mean, dog mobbing? What do you mean, opinion on F tier blaster? I don't know how to play the class. I'm too stupid. Welcome back, Austin. I will say, I think Blaster does some of the most damage in the game. I don't know what his kill rates are. He's clearing most of the map, though. Dude, people are really mad about Paladin. I don't play Paladin. I think the class is tanky, but, like, is being tanky good enough? Yeah, if you I think, realistically, if you flip my F tier and my SS tier, you'd probably be pretty close to what the truth actually is. But you'd have to take Arc, Ho Young, Fire, Poison, and then move them into SS, and then Lumi would be dropped down to, like, B tier, probably. Yeah, because, like, Blaster is a godly class. If you're a good Blaster, you're very good. Hey, Dessa, what's going on? Nerf TB. I don't think you can nerf TB anymore, though. That's the problem. And if we buff Jet more, then they'd actually be an SS tier class. We're nerfing TB? We all are nerfing TB. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, I don't know. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion on what they think is good and bad, so that's kind of just where I fall.